Leaving David Miller. Hey Amanda, how are you? Nice to see you. So John, here we are in Dumfries today, and we're having a day after Scotland's been yanked out of the European Union against its will. What do you make of all that?
Well, it's personally I'm devastated that we're leaving the European Union, and the sooner we get back in the European Union the better, and the sooner that there's a legal challenge started. It can't come soon enough for me. But as you said, today we're gathered on the Devergilla Bridge in Dumfries, the ancient bridge in Dumfries, with a lot of history, just to remind people in this part of the south of Scotland that we are still visible, we're not going anywhere, our opinions haven't changed. We didn't get perhaps the success that we wanted in these two constituencies at the general election, but we are working very hard, tirelessly, to promote the cause of independence in Dumfries and Galloway. And we're all here today, loads of family, children, everybody, to show their support, and that we're not prepared to put up with the way we've been treated by Westminster any longer.
Now, of course, yesterday Nicola Sturgeon made a speech, and she made suggestions that Boris is actually trying to provoke us, and I think that might be an interesting subject to get a few words about.
Yes, I think Boris likes to play hardball, but as we showed when it prorogued Parliament, he made a lot of threats then that he wasn't going to back down, and when he was challenged legally he did. So I think he's got a reputation for bluster that I don't think can carry through on, and I think he will have to inevitably bow to legal opinion and the demands of the Scottish people who are sovereign.
And you were a bit disappointed with Nicola's speech yesterday.
Yeah, I think he ended up being a damn squid. You know, it's.
Oh, you were at Parliament?
I was expecting a bit more, I suppose, and I understand the long game, and but if we leave it until next year and we get the Scottish election passed, and even if we win the majority seat in the Scottish election, that's another mandate. I mean, how many more mandates do we really need? And I think that's what's probably disappointed me the most. You know, I was expecting something more structured and a definite date.
But then, don't you think that we should be just campaigning anyway, whether they give us a date or not?
Yes.
And I mean, we have got. I mean, if we've moved to 51% now, that's a good increase.
It's a good increase, but it's not enough.
We need to get to 60%, don't we?
At least, yeah.
So it's up to us to go out there and talk to anybody and everybody all the time, and And surely the longer that Boris prevaricates over this, the more support's got to come this way. Would you not think?
You would think so, but I think we need the support of other nations around the world, to see what we're trying to achieve. I mean, you can't keep saying no. If you keep saying no, other people around the world are going to say, why are they doing this? Why are they denying, the Scots people the right to self-determination?
But and then there's that little island who just got their independence from Papua New Guinea, Bougainville. It's only happened. They've only got 800,000 people there, but they've started to move to it. And of course, independence is not just the destination, as it is the journey to it.
Yeah.
It has to be a solid journey. Yeah.
But you've got to question why other nations around the world are getting their independence, whether it's from the British Empire or the old British Empire or the Commonwealth or whatever. And why are they denying Scotland? What is there to say? They haven't given me sufficient enough reason why they need to keep hold of Scotland.
Is it the oil?
Possibly.
But then you see oil's going out of fashion, isn't it?
Well,
a few more years and hydrogen will be the thing.
Yeah. We cannot rely on oil. I mean, it's the way of the world now. We need to move away from fossil fuels, and but Scotland's more rich in other natural resources. We don't have to rely on oil. We could actually base our economy on other things. Renewable energy, hydro, for instance. The amount of water that we have in Scotland is unbelievable.
It certainly is on a day today.
Yeah,
I don't know how that
bang it on the wall.
And Sarah, why have you come here today?
Well, really because I'm sad what's happened with Brexit, and it's made the resolve stronger for independence.
And how long have you been campaigning for independence?
Not long really. I mean, I was a yes voter back in 2014, but I was a silent one, so it's more the last 2 years that I became more vocal.
And then what have you thought about the things that have just gone on recently? First, I mean, we could go back, say, get a general election back in December, and the SNP won the majority here in Scotland, but Boris won the majority down in England. So what do you think about that?
That shows that we're two different countries, and that we should be treated as such. We're being bullied by Boris.
Have you travelled a bit in Europe?
My dad's ex-forces. I've lived in Germany and Holland.
All right, so you know it pretty well. Where did you stay in Germany?
Munster.
Yeah, I was thinking about small gatherings like this, and if we could get these going across the country on every weekend of the year, I think that would send a very powerful message. I mean, to get a small group of people just to show that the thing is still cooking. What do you think about that?
I think that's a good idea all over the country in different areas, because then the local communities will cotton onto it maybe a bit more and give a bit more support.
And I mean, this year as well, there's a new march in Peebles, and we've got in August. In August, there's one in Kirkcaldy.
Yep.
So the way that they take it around the country, I think is excellent, and it's keeping a focus on the independence question. So brilliant.
And what do you think about the latest of the things that have been going on? I mean, there was that election before Christmas. What do you think about that?
Not a lot.
No.
Can't really say much
It was
about it.
predictable, but
Now you've got a situation. Have you noticed this? That if you look at how Johnson's running this, he keeps all the ones that grate on people out of the way, doesn't he?
Yes.
And in fact, during the election campaign, you didn't see Rees-Mogg. But it's interesting how they're running this, and it's all for show, don't you think? I mean, it's,
I think
of course.
so.
because Boris does have this kind of technique of being able to try and smooth everything over in words, but you do wonder
Does
if
not
the
work.
rhetoric will turn into real action. I wonder how much money, how much of this money that he's promising all these different people will actually get paid.
Possibly a fraction of it.
very little.
I can't see it all coming to pass.
Well, I'll ask you one more thing about yesterday. Nicola Sturgeon made her speech. Did you get to hear any of it?
I didn't hear that.
I
You-
did, yes. And I think there's a lot of people who were a bit disappointed. And on social media, there's a wee bit of a backlash. But really, when you listen to what Nicola is saying, she's a very shrewd and a very intelligent person. And obviously, she's wanting to make sure that she gets everything right. Because when the next referendum comes, if we don't get it right this time, that'll be it gone for years and years. So, yeah, we've waited 300 years for our independence. We can wait another year.
I'm Lynn from Money Ive, and I'm just so glad to be here among like-minded people who think this is so important, and it's been a dreadful mistake that we've been.
Because you have Alistair Jack, don't you?
Yes.
What do you make of him? Don't be too rude.
I just think he's a traitor to Scotland. He just doesn't understand it. Like most Tories, he's in it for the money.
Yeah, because Richard Ackles, I thought, was a very nice man.
He's a great man. He's a fine man who did a great job when he was in Westminster.
What do you think about Nicola's speech yesterday?
She's been cautious, but I trust her that she's going down the right road. She wants it done properly, as we all do. We all want it done right this time.
And after all those, did you see that Bougainvillea place out for Papua New Guinea just got their independence? They've only got 800,000 people, but they fought for it for years and years and years.
Yes. Well, we've only been part of England for just over 300.
Who are you?
Bill Rennie's the name, from
Hello,
Dumfries.
Bill. And you're a Dumfriesian.
Well, not originally, but I've been down here over 30 years now. So,
Where are you from?
originally from Paisley, just outside Glasgow.
Ah, that's a lovely place to be.
So I've always been an SNP supporter. Always believed in independence as I was a boy, which wasn't yesterday.
And what do you think of what Nicola was saying yesterday in her speech?
I've got mixed feelings. What she said I couldn't really argue with, but I thought the whole event was overhyped and it led to increased expectations that weren't met. It's left a lot of disappointed people, and I'm hoping that disappointment will fade and we'll get back behind her again, because I don't think there's much alternative to her strategy. We're all frustrated, we want to get it done as quick as we can, but when you ask the opponents of her, what would you do differently? You don't have much to offer. That's the thing, you don't have any arguments other than keep going the way we're going.
See, what always strikes me about all these things, these events that we do. I mean, last night at Holyrood, there was about 3 folk with a Union flag, and the police were making a lot of fuss all around them, with a great cordon, and you just wonder what that was about. But when we have the bigger marches, there's only a very few of these guys. They don't get up and give an opposition, do they?
No, but that's always been the case. If you go back to the independence referendum, if you actually engaged any of these individuals, other than I don't like Alex Salmon, they didn't really have a lot to offer. They couldn't give you a positive reason for the union. It was all negative against usually Alex Salmon. When you actually tried to debate with him any of the subjects or the real things that matter, they didn't have a lot to offer.
And that's always the question to ask, isn't it? Come up with something that you think that the union's good for.
Well, remember that Blair Jenkins actually did the thing of, if you weren't in the union, would you join this union? And that just explains it. And the one we've got now is once in a generation, which is really just a nonsense. I think we've got to cling to. Again, they don't engage in debate as to why we should be allowed a referendum. It's just a nonsense.
With Sir John Comyn, Lord of Badenoch. Comyn was arguably the most powerful man in Scotland and was Bruce's cousin. slightly shorter than the muscular 6-foot goose, common who had a ruddy complexion, a facial cat. Yeah, Robert, Washington.
Here, up there at the Market Cross on the 20th day of November 1706, the people of Dumfries heard a declaration and witnessed the burning of the Treaty of Unions. This took part at the Market Cross, known as the Mid-Steeple. Declaration read, "These are to notify all concerned what are our reasons for and designs in the burning of the printed articles of the proposed union with England, with the names of the Scots Commissioner, subscribers thereof, together with the minute of the whole treaty betwixt them and the English Commissioners thereanent. We herein have no designs against Her Majesty or against England or any Englishman, neither against our present Parliament in their acts or acting, but to testify our dissent from, discontent with, and protestations against the 25 articles of the said Union, subscribed by the foresaid Commissioners, as being inconsistent with the altogether prejudicial to and utterly destructive of the nation's independency." What I would like you to do is form a circle. Now again, there's no 5.5 million in a year, there's no 5,000, there's no 10,000, there's not even 100. But would you all make a circle and join hands, please? Okay, right. Now then, what I'd like you to do is what you got to do is imagine, don't think about it, imagine the feeling you would have if Scotland was independent right now. Shut your eyes and conjure up that feeling. Folk are still quite sombre. Does it not make you feel happy? Now, the thing is that what we're doing now is projecting that feeling into the atmosphere or the universe. This is what they call quantum physics, quantum mechanics, quantum healing, blah, blah, blah. We just imagine we're living in that time now and the feeling that it would bring to yourself, all you people here, the rest of the folk in Dumfries didn't give a jot about it, blah, blah, blah. But this is one way of not being able to stop independence. It might be hocus pocus, but there's no trees to hug, etc., etc. But here we go.
He said they chopped all the trees down.
Anyway, thank you all for coming round and actually turning out in Dumfries, the most Toryfied county in Scotland, so they say, which is rather sad because that's very, very old-fashioned. It's not looking forward, etc., etc. So now, what you're encouraged to do is, and again, the 3/4 of you got the bloody fitna. But go and enjoy the Dumfries Burns thing and meet up with neighbours, Truthy neighbours meet. I know that's here as well, but hey, Rabbi Burns was here too, so thank you all very, very much for coming along. Round of applause for yourself! Yay!